9 years ago, Odeya Rush moved to America from Haifa, Israel, with dreams of becoming an actress. Now, after working in Hollywood for just 4 years, she's quickly become a rising star. Most recently, you've seen her in The Giver, opposite Meryl Streep, Jeff Bridges, and Taylor Swift. And her new film, Goosebumps, co-starring Jack Black, just opened and hit theaters last weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, here to introduce tonight's AFMDA Next Generation Award honoree, please welcome Israel's own Odeya Rush.
Thank you, Toda. When I was asked to participate in tonight's Red Star Ball for Magen David Adom, I was honored. Growing up in Israel, I've always known about MADA, as we call it in Hebrew. The ambulances are everywhere, and so many young people like me start out as youth volunteers helping save lives all over Israel. Now that I live in LA, I see MDA in a different way. Now it's more of a symbol of everything that is amazing about Israel. It represents the best of Israel, and those paramedics, in some ways, keep me connected to my country, even if I'm far away. And for my generation, that kind of pride is important, because it's not always easy to be an Israeli outside of Israel, even in America. So that's why I was especially honored when I was asked to present this year's Next Generation Award to such an incredible recipient, Barak Raviv. Woo! Through his charity work, Barak really tries to make the world a better place. And he's the kind of guy who backs up for what he stands for. He builds schools in Ethiopia, sends MDA ambulances to Israel, helps support education, and a million of other things. He's really the kind of guy that other young people can rally around. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a closer look at our inspiring honoree.
When I was a young boy, I used to dream about how neat it would be to drive an ambulance and be the hero. I'm Barak Raviv, and through my charitable causes, I feel that I get to fulfill all my dreams. I have a twin brother and a younger sister. My brother and I were born in New York to Ron and Miriam. And when we were 3, our family moved to a small town in Israel called Sahala. And they were 6 of the best years of my life. My grandparents survived the Holocaust. And from them, I learned that life is so precious and you have to make the most of every single moment. When I was 17, I had my first midlife crisis and I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I attended Tel Aviv University for a year and I graduated UCLA with a degree in communication studies and business administration. I found a job recruiter who told me about this position that paid $36,000 plus commissions. And at that time, it was more money than I had ever made in my life. She said I would have an office on Rodeo Drive and I'd get to wear a suit every day to work. I worked very hard at this entry-level position and it evolved into the career that I have today. I'm a senior vice president and portfolio management director at Morgan Stanley. My career has allowed me to pursue all of my passions, all of my dreams, and I bought a plane. I became a mission command pilot with Angel Flight just so I can fly children with medical needs to where they needed to go for treatment. My career also supports the Barak Raviv Foundation, where recently we dedicated a pediatric examination room at Shaare Zedek Medical Center in Jerusalem. But the charity that's closest to my heart is Magen David Adom. Their humanitarian efforts around the globe impressed me, and I wanted to be a part of that. I partnered with friends and shipped my first ambulance to Magen David Adom at the age of 30. And shortly thereafter, I sent a couple more ambulances to Israel. And 9 months later, I was in Israel and I saw the same ambulance, not so shiny anymore, proudly having traveled in miles the circumference of the planet, saving lives. Magen David Adom is Israel's first line of defense after the Israel Defense Forces, and it relies on all of us to support it. We need to realize how critical it is to build a new, one-of-a-kind National Blood Services Center. There is no question that Magen David Adom is the margin between life and death.
I am honored to present the 2015 AFMDA Next Generation Award to Barak Raviv.
Thank you so much, Odeya. How amazing is Odeya Rush? You guys can take the teleprompter down. That's not my speech. For tonight's chairs, Dina and Fred, Adam and Gila, Ruth and Ben, you continue to guide me and inspire me. I'd like to thank the staff at our office who are helping build an underground blood center to protect Israel's lifeline in case of attack. Your commitment is immeasurable. Give him a round of applause. I'd like to thank everyone in this room, but recently, times have been really tough. And my appreciation tonight goes to the paramedics and the nurses and the staff of Magen David Adom in Israel who are responding to every knife attack. It goes to the paramedics that saved my grandfather when he fell in Ramat Aviv. It goes to the nurses who gave blood transfusions to my grandmother in Yaffo so she can live longer. It goes to the brave ambulance drivers who go out each and every day and night saving lives. It goes to the unnamed heroes who respond to every single attack that you've been reading about in Israel in the last few weeks. Personally, being here, it's been a really great journey. I feel very privileged to be able to receive this award, and I look forward to doing much more with MDA. To the young professionals, I think we have about 250 young professionals. Will you please stand up? Please stand up, young professionals. The way you know you're a young professional is if you got the discounted tickets. Please stand up. I would like to invite you to be a part of this wonderful organization and come along for a ride. Be a part of the wonderful work that we do. If you want to stand beside other young people who are really making a difference in Israel and around the world, this is your chance. Join our Next Generation Leadership Board. Write a check. Spread the word. Do what you can. These paramedics that you've seen here tonight, these ambulances, and this mission is like nothing else. It all stands for something that is bigger than all of us. And make no mistakes. There will be more attacks, more rockets will be fired, and unfortunately more missiles will be launched. And when we ask ourselves, what have we done to help the people of Israel? You will be able to proudly stand and say, I was here. I funded the underground blood center. I helped save lives in Israel. Thank you for everything that you do.